ang inyong gabay sa hanap buhay.
Ako, si Marlon Sumio,
At ako naman si Jasmine Solera
mula sa San Juan National High School.
ang inyong makakasama sa programang ito.
Teacher Jess, nakatutuwa at sa wakas, after 2 years, nakababalik na tayo sa face-to-face classes.
Yes, partner. 2 taon din tayong naka-online class, kaya ang mga mag-aaral ay sabik na bumalik sa ating paaralan.
Speaking of online partner, malaking tulong ang mga video lessons na inihanda ng ating mga kapaguro upang makatulong at mas lalong maintindihan ng mga aralin.
Tama ka dyan, partner. At para mas magkaroon tayo ng idea kung paano ba natututo ang mga estudyante sa pamamagitan ng panonood ng video lesson, sa pagkakataong ito, ating matutunghayan ang hinihandang video lesson ni Teacher Juan patungkol sa angles of elevation and depression.
Good day everyone, I am Teacher Juan. Today, we are going to learn something new about math. Please prepare your self-learning module, pen and paper, and we are about to start.
For today's lesson, we will learn about angles of elevation and depression. This lesson is based on the most essential learning competencies or MELCs. The objective are the following. The student must be able to, first, illustrate angles of elevation and depression, and second, uses trigonometric ratios to solve real-life problems involving right triangles. Before we proceed to our lesson, let us look back on what we have learned in the past. We have learned about the 6 trigonometric ratios. Let us pause for a while to recall them. The 6 trigonometric ratios are sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. We focus on SOHCAHTOA. What does it mean? Sine theta equals opposite side of the angle over the hypotenuse. Cosine theta equals adjacent side of the angle over the hypotenuse. And tangent theta equals the opposite side of the angle over the adjacent side of the angle. Before we proceed to our lesson for today, let's also review how to identify the hypotenuse, opposite, and adjacent side of the angle. Let's look at the given figure. It is a right triangle ABY. Angle A is right. Now, let's identify the sides. Which side is the hypotenuse? Correct. The hypotenuse is side A. Which side is opposite angle B? That is right. Side B is opposite angle B. Finally, which side is adjacent to angle B? Very good. Side Y is adjacent to angle B. From what we know, we can determine the 6 trigonometric ratios. Hypotenuse is A. Opposite side of angle B is B. And the adjacent side of angle B is Y. Now, we can solve for the 6 trigonometric ratios.
Let's start with SOHCAHTOA, sine, cosine, and tangent. Sine of angle B equals the opposite side of angle B over hypotenuse, which is equal to B over A. Cosine B equals the adjacent side of angle B over the hypotenuse, equals Y over A. Then tangent B equals the opposite over the adjacent side of angle B, which is B over Y. And we also remember CHO, siakaw. Cosecant B equals hypotenuse over the opposite side of angle B, which is equal to A over B. Secant B equals hypotenuse over the adjacent side of angle B, which is equal to A over Y. And finally, cotangent B equals the adjacent side over the opposite side of angle B, which is Y over B.
Now that we can already solve the 6 trigonometric ratio, we will discuss the angles of elevation and depression. When you hear the word elevation, what comes to your mind? How about when you hear the word depression? Let's pause for a while to think about these words. When we see the word elevation, we think of going up. And when we see depression, we think of going down. How about the angles of elevation and depression? The angle of elevation is the angle made from the horizontal to an object above the horizontal. On the other hand, the angle of depression is the angle made from the horizontal to an object below the horizontal. Now, let us look at the example of the bird on the tree and the fox on the ground. In this example, the line of sight of the bird on the tree, when it looks at the fox on the ground, is below the horizontal. Thus, it is an example of an angle of depression. On the contrary, the line of sight of the fox, when it observes the bird on the tree, is above the horizontal. Thus, it is an angle of elevation. Now that we already know the angles of elevation and depression, let's look at this problem. A kite has 12 meters of string attached to it when it flies at an angle of elevation of 53 degrees. How far is it above the hand holding it? Let's assume that the string is taut. The first step that we are going to do is to illustrate the problem. We visualize what the problem looks like. Remember that the string of the kite is taut. Then, we use what we know about trigonometric ratios. The given value is 12 meters, which is the hypotenuse of the triangle. The value we are looking for, x, is the opposite of the given angle of elevation, which is 53 degrees. X is the opposite and 12 is the hypotenuse. So, we know that we are going to use sine. Sine theta is equal to the opposite side of theta over hypotenuse. So that is sine 53 degrees equals x over 12. Multiplying both sides by 12, we have 12 times sine 53 equals x, because 12 will be cancelled. X equals 12 times sine 53. We then use our calculator. 12 times sine 53 degrees. So we have x equals 9.58 meters. We rounded it off to the nearest hundredths. So the height of the kite from the hand that holds the string is 9.58 meters. And now that we are near the end of our lesson, prepare your pen and paper because it is important to evaluate what you have learned. I will give you 5 seconds to answer each question and choose the letter of the correct answer. Choose A if the situation describes an angle of elevation. Or choose B if the situation describes an angle of depression. Ready? We will start. Situation 1. Through a second floor window, Jenny saw the incoming delivery rider at the end of the road. The answer? B. Angle of depression. Are you ready for the next one? Let's go. Situation 2. During the flag raising ceremony, the students look at the flag while singing the national anthem. The answer? A. Angle of elevation. Let's see if you can answer situation number 3. In the summer, Mary enjoys looking up at the mango trees to see which mangoes are ripe for picking. The answer? A. Angle of elevation. How about the last one? Can you answer the last one? Let's see. Situation 4. Upon takeoff, Lexi looked out the window of the plane to see how the airport looks like from the air. The answer? B. Angle of depression. How was the activity? Did you find it difficult? Just keep on practicing the examples and assessments found in your self-learning module. Remember that in math, practice makes you better.
I hope you have learned a lot about this lesson. Again, this is Teacher Roan reminding you to keep safe, have fun, and see you again next time.
Welcome to Math Trivia Quiz.
Question number 1. What is the study of quantity, structure, space, and change?
Answer, mathematics. The quantity being number theory, the structure being algebra, space space being geometry, and change being mathematical analysis.
Question number 2. What was the number 0 originally called?
Answer, cipher. Cipher comes from the Arabic word meaning empty. The first known of the word zero was in 1958.
Question number 3. Who were the first people to ever use negative numbers?
Answer, the Chinese. Negative numbers were initially used to figure out the amount of someone's debt.
Question number 4. Lemniscate is the shape of what mathematical symbol?
Answer, infinity. The lemniscate is number 8 on its side. The word comes from the Latin word lemniscatus, meaning ribbon.
Question number 5. The Fields Medal is often considered a mathematical equivalent to what?
Answer, the Nobel Prize. The Fields Medal is made of gold and shows the head of Archimedes, along with a quotation attributed to him, "Rise above oneself and grasp the world."
Hope you learned something today. Thank you.
Napakahusay, Teacher Juan. Nasaksihan natin ang pagkakaiba ng angle of depression at ang angle of elevation at kung paano natin magagamit sa totoong buhay. At dahil dyan, 2 thumbs up para sa iyo, Teacher Juan.
Tama ka dyan, partner. Kaya't bigyan natin siya ng virtual clap. Ngayon naman ay isa pang video lesson ang aming ihahatid sa inyo. Ating panoorin si Teacher Eloisa sa kanyang pagtuturo tungkol sa probability of simple events mula sa grade 8. Tara, sabay-sabay tayong makinig at matuto.
Good day and welcome, dear students. I'm Miss Eloisa, your math teacher. Today, we are going to nurture your mind with useful information to help improve your mathematical skills. So, have your self-learning module, notebook and pen with you, and let's get started.
Our lesson is about probability. We are going to find the probability of a simple event. First, let us know what is probability. Probability is a field of mathematics that deals with chance, the chance that something will happen. Let us look at the probability line. Impossible. There is no chance that something will happen. It is 0 probability. Unlikely. It is 25% probability or 1/4. There is a small chance that something will happen. Even chance is 50% or 1/2 probability. This is also called a 50-50 chance. Likely, it is 75% or 3/4 probability. There is a greater chance that something will happen. And certain is 100% or 1. It is something that is sure to happen. Fill in the blank with the correct words from the probability line that will make the following sentences meaningful. To God, nothing is blank. Very good, it is impossible. Now it's your blank to change for the better. Yes, it is even chance. I am blank that you can do better than what is expected of you. It is certain. It is blank that the sun will rise in the west. Impossible. I think it's highly blank that prisoners will be able to escape from jail. Unlikely. Since you already know the probability, let us now get the probability of an event. An event is any collection of outcomes. For example, in rolling a die, what is the probability that even numbers will appear? So the possible outcome of the experiment is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we are looking for the even numbers. So the event is 2, 4, and 6. How are we going to find the probability of an event? So the probability of an event is the number from 0 to 1. The range of our probability is greater than or equal to 0, but less than or equal to 1. To compute, we have probability of an event is equal to the number of ways that the event can occur over the number of all possible outcomes or the number of sample space. So from our experiment, the number of all possible outcomes is 6, and the number of ways that the event can occur is 3. The probability of even numbers is equal to 3 over 6 or 1/2. Let's have another example. In rolling a die, what is the probability of getting an 8? Since the possible outcome is consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It is impossible to get an 8. So the probability of getting an 8 is equal to 0. In rolling a die, what is the probability of getting a number less than 7? Since the outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and they are all less than 7. So the probability that the number is less than 7 is equal to 6 over 6 or 1. If an event is sure to happen, then the probability is 1. Let us have another experiment. There are 20 marbles in a container. 4 are red, 5 are blue, and 11 are yellow. What is the probability that a blue marble will be picked? In our experiment, there are 5 marbles, and the total number of marbles is 20. The probability of an event is equal to 5 over 20 or 1/4. The probability that a blue marble will be picked is 1/4. Another example. One letter of the word mathematics is selected at random. Find the probability that letter selected is a vowel. So from the word mathematics, we have 11 letters. M, A, T, H, E, M, A, T, I, C, S. Let's pick the vowel. So we have letter A. We have 2A, 1E, and 1I. So the total number of vowels is 4. So to compute the probability, we have 4 over 11. A card is drawn from a well-shuffled deck of cards. Find the probability of drawing a king. In a deck of cards, we have diamond, heart, spade, and club. And in every suit, we have ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, king, and queen. So there are 52 cards in a deck of cards. We are looking for the probability that the king will draw. There are 4 kings in a deck of cards. King of diamond, king of heart, king of spade, and king of clover. So the probability that the king will be drawn is equal to 4 over 52 or 1 over 13. From a well-shuffled deck of cards, what is the probability that a heart will be drawn? In every suit, we have ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, and king. The total of 13. So the probability that the heart will be drawn is equal to 13 over 52 or 1/4. Let us now test your skill. Prepare your pen and notebook and find the probability of each event. You will be given 1 minute in each problem. Number 1. A bag contains 3 pencils, 2 blue ball pen, 5 black ball pen, and 4 red ball pen. What is the probability that a blue ball pen will be picked? The probability that blue ball pen will be picked is 1 over 7. Number 2. A letter is picked randomly from the word collaboration. What is the probability that consonant will be picked? The probability that consonant will be picked is equal to 7/13. Number 3. A card is drawn at random from a well-shuffled deck of cards. Find the probability that a queen will be drawn. The probability the queen will be drawn is equal to 1/13. Number 4. In tossing a coin, what is the probability that a head will appear? The probability that the head will appear is equal to 1/2. Number 5. A die is rolled once. What is the probability that greater than 6 will appear? The probability that greater than 6 will appear is equal to 0.
So that's it. You completed our lesson for today. Congratulations and see you on our next lesson.
Ang uhusay talaga ng mga guro sa San Juan National High School. Ibang level na sila sa pagtuturo ng matematika. Certified techie na sila. Sa pag-aaral ba ng probability, malalaman natin kung may chance tayo kay crush?
O, pag-ibig ka, partner, ha?
Siyempre naman, love makes the world go round. At isa na namang makabuluhang programa ang natunghayan natin sa araw na ito.
Salamat sa SDO San Juan, katuwang ang RMN. Pagbati sa lahat ng mga guro sa Dibisyon ng San Juan, sa ating mag-aaral at sa lahat ng manunood sa programang ito.
Muli, kami po ang inyong mga lingkod.
Ako po si Teacher Marlon. na nagsasabing learning is a gift to the learners.
Ako naman si Teacher Jasmine na nagsasabing learning is unstoppable and learning is fun.
Kami ang iyong partners sa pagkatuto. Goodbye and God bless everyone!
But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should have stayed at home, 'cause now there ain't nowhere you go. Am I falling in love with the right to make you stay? But you're savage love. Did somebody break your heart? Looking like an angel, but you're savage. It's not okay. Maria, 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 빛나는 밤이야. 날 괴롭히지 마. Oh, Maria, Maria, Maria.
I pull up, step in the kitchen, let's go. Brand new Lamborghini.